Dumelang BAKGAESO, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Thandoh.M. I'm back. I don't know if it's okay to say I'm back, but I am hoping this time I don't leave. Listen, I think this thing, yam disappear and go through my feelings, giliwa, and then come back when I'm okay, is what's making me inconsistent, because I am the type of person when I am going through something, I go through it alone, I feel my feelings, and then I come back when I feel better. So I guess we must go through it. I don't angithandi ukuzwela ubuhlungu. I don't know if it's a okay thing to say. When I share, this is what I'm going through, and then because sometimes at that moment it doesn't feel like kuzondlula. And hearing someone say that, sometimes that does make a person feel like saying, it doesn't look like I'm gonna see a rainbow after the storm. So guys, but if please, I'm wearing a short sleeve because later so I don't wanna busy while I'm recording, so we're gonna look like this for this video. Sorry. So guys, in today's video, it's gonna be more of an update, story time, reintroduction, because a lot has changed about me, and there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of setbacks, there's a lot of pause, there's a lot of all of that in between. So we're gonna start with why I had decided, or why time has decided my physical store. For those who don't know, I have a skincare line called Thandoh.M Cosmetics, and I had opened a physical store in Witbank where I sold the skincare products and did nails as well as makeup. So that's what I was doing in my store. It was good until problems started arising December, when my helper decided we are shop. Now my assistant had to work alone. Now she was running the show, because it's either I bring my kids to work, and I physically work, I do nails, so it's not a thing of Wuchi I sit behind the phone or in an office where customers can't see the kids. And I have a 2-year-old that demands a lot of attention, and how kids are when they're around people, they start acting up and acting different. So it became too much for me, and I believe it became too much for my assistant to be an assistant and running the place. Ali one sometimes she would come to work alone, because one of our makeup lady was pregnant at the time, so it became her baby to take care of while she's physically working, and it was very unfair. That was one thing. I didn't have a helper anymore. Fast forward, I got a helper, came back. I had to relieve my assistant because things were not going well. Remember, the ship started sinking from December, and things were not going well financially, and started not being able to afford my rent and all of that. But thankfully, my husband was there to assist me, and so that I can keep on trying to make ends meet. Okay, good. That's when I started realizing things are not going as I had wanted them to. But then, because I have a good support system surrounding me, and they were reminding me, you're not even a year into the business, calm down, mistakes do happen and all of that. And also the biggest mistake I think I made is forgetting my target market and why I started like listening to customers more, which is not a bad thing, but some customers individually and then ruin the whole thing. But I'm not blaming anyone here but myself. So where was I? So okay, yeah, so I started working alone. Things were not happening as they were, but I had hope and I had the spirit to fight. When you're fighting and you feel like, what am I doing? And it starts feeling like you're in the wrong industry, like where you are is not fulfilling anymore, and you're not in the right place. It was a good place to learn a few lessons, but now you've learned and it's time to tap out. Like, you must know when to move from the dance floor, and it felt like I did my dance and it's time to move. Yeah, and then but I kept on holding on. So my kids started getting sick, extremely sick. Joshua started getting so sick. He started getting, skin started getting bad, and then he had a nerve system, and his nerve system was attacked by a virus. His eye nerves, I don't know how the terms go, guys, please don't judge me. And then he almost lost his eyesight, and he couldn't use his, was it left or right eye, I forgot, his eye for quite some time, and it was very sensitive to lights, to the wind, to anything, just so we kept it closed for isikhathi eside. And my kids needed me because and I remember always complaining to God and to everybody and saying, I never get time to see my kids. I'm almost at work, and then I guess Modimo are it's time to go back home, honey. We've had your cry, now cry no more. And now I'm home, like, I must work. But everything happens for a reason. And I'm back home. I'm back as a full-time stay-at-home mom, but I run my skincare business from home. This is our home office. This is my home office. I will be running my skincare from this room. Yeah. So yeah, my kids got sick. I started losing days at work, which resulted into financial struggles at work. So basically was paying rent to keep my stuff there, and I was not really working. So it was time to move away from the dance floor and let God take the wheel. So I came back home and started taking care of the kids from home. And then, okay, I wrote notes down. Let me just grab my phone quickly and see what was next on my list. Yeah, so that is the reason why it was struggles with my helpers, struggles with trust in my work environment, also having sick children that I constantly have to, like, I'd sometimes have to take bookings for the next day, but when I get home, Joshua's not in a good condition and I can't go to work the next day, and that is so unreliable. Remember, a person is like depending on you to make their graduation, because makeup, hair and nails will be done at Thandoh.M Cosmetics, and I didn't want to leave a bad taste in people's mouth by ukuthi uzobuka lapha then angeke basakunaka or umuntu wakhona uzoyithatha imali yakho and then athi abe no show. So that's what I was running away from. Another thing is drama ya my helper. Guys, I don't know what it is with my helpers, but if you do follow me again on Instagram, you will see Khore is coming back when it comes to helpers. And you know what, my last helper just tapped out a week ago. Listen, I'm done-ish with helpers for now. I'm gonna take a break because what is this? Clearly there must be a problem. It's either Yiti or Yilendlu or Hibo. Something must give and something must take, and we need to figure out what the problem is. Indaba auntie, guys, is a whole story time on its own. I don't want this to be a very long video because yeah, Mariabo auntie is a khulu. I've been seeing a lot cooking there by TikTok, and I'm very active now on TikTok. I started a new TikTok page because I forgot the pin. Yeah, previous TikTok that was fire. But anyways, that's not the case. So with my kids being sick, Joshua suffers from psoriasis, severe psoriasis now with the nerve system. his eye nerve system problems and severe allergies. Like Joshua can eat something now and then tomorrow when he eats it again, allergic reaction. So it's quite hard. Okay, the video stopped and I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, severe allergies, yeah, Joshua. So I must always be around for eskolweni if his eye starts acting, and then if he maybe gets an allergic reaction or his skin starts acting up and I have to pick him up from school. So I have to be at home most of the time to make sure that I'm around for any emergency when it comes to Joshua. And what I was saying was, I don't know if this is a thing with Mudimuli Badimubaka, when it happens that when I make a move, something happens with my kids. Either I get pregnant. I've said this before. It's either I get pregnant or something happens with my kids, and I'm like, is this focusing proper? Okay, yeah. Is it my eyes? Okay, let me just stop fidgeting with this thing. Anyways, you know, and you like, what am I not doing right that every time I move to make myself better, dilo dia tlakatlakana, you know? You like, you go guy momakua. There we have it. I think we have it. Yeah. So yeah, hey, as in having sick kids is not fun. Like, and other people don't understand, they don't get it. And I hate when people ask me, or what can we possibly do to a child? I get right, and it's just too much. Sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough because people ask you, have you tried this? Guys, if I tell you the things I've tried under the sun, you would think I'm crazy. Like, I've tried it all under the sun, and we are still battling with Joshua's condition because it's hard for doctors to treat all of his condition at once because the skin condition, the skin and the eye, okay, everything depends on the immune system. So for his skin to be okay, we need to suppress immune system. But for his eye to be fine, we need to boost immune system. So it's like, what battle are we willing to focus on at that moment in time? So it's a huge challenge when it comes to Joshua. So sometimes I just leave and I just want to be alone and soak myself in my emotions and figure out how can I be strong for my son, because we can't all be weak or show signs of, I don't know how to put it, but at times it's hard being strong, and sometimes I become a zombie and I don't notice until I go through pictures. I'm like, whoa, we went through a lot. And you know, I mean, I'm very vocal about my feelings to my husband, and I don't know how he feels sometimes being a father, and sometimes he cannot voice out how he feels, but you can actually see when he's going through it. It's like when he feels sad for our boys, the boys are screaming, so that also like kind of tears me down sometimes, you know. And another thing that has been going on with me is my mental health. Depression, chokehold, anxiety, bendi ambassador, anxiety. When yay, kazini kwagunga. Have you ever? I've started asking, like I'm always saying, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see when I go now and I go through it. I go and I hang big move. I go. I don't. Are they stealing my kids? I go I'm going-ish, I'm going, for sure, I go, now I go. You call me, you ask me what's wrong, everything is wrong. I will not pretend. I've said this in my first video. I can handle physical pain, but emotional damage, I need cognition. So mentally, I am starting now to pick up. This is my first week back on social media. I dropped everything, business, personal life, everything. I dropped it because I felt like, what is the point of living if every time you try to do good for yourself, it just fails? So I started questioning God. Like, I stopped praying. I stopped living, I lost me, I lost hope. You look at your kids, they're sick, you look business high, family drama, and you like, why the hell am I still alive? Because I'm bonus thing. Like, and have you ever lived for your kids? Like, so pila ngobunengani, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. And I found myself in that position whereby I'm like, I'm only alive because I have kids and they need a mom, and nobody's gonna love them the way I would. Promised myself I'm not gonna cry. So let's not go in too deep. So yeah, that's what I was struggling with. And you ask God, then what is my purpose? Also, then you start hating the fact that you are multi-talented. I mean, I believe I can include, like, when it comes to into academically, but when it comes to leave me alone. Sorry, eyelash, makeup, I'm there, even though I'm not at the grade that everyone requires. I can make weaves. Serious. South Africa. Then I move on internationally, global, infinity and beyond. If I could stop living or functioning, my emotions, I'm a con girl. So that is what I'm practicing. I'm still deep in and fighting my mental battles. Marakite, you know what? Maybe somebody out there is going through what I'm going through, and they also wanna give up on life. And what if we can fight this together and conquer, and tomorrow we can be a living testimony? Some things seem bad until you marinate in it and try to find positive. So I was like, oh my God, now I have to close the shop. Because know how people believe what they want to believe, and I don't care what. I don't really suffer from Abantwazotini syndrome. I don't give about that. But I was like, why every time God I make a move, it's either my kids get sick or I get pregnant, or I don't know, something goes on. Like, tell me what you want from me. Is it to be a housewife? Then just get the money in my account, because child, the economy needs money. We can sit and say, don't, honestly speaking, imali into dingekayo is into dura. And yeah, last thing I'm gonna say before closing this video is condomize. Guys, you do not have kids if I don't think now you want your kids to go to the best schools, you want your kids to dress nicely, feed them what you want them to feed in the bottle you want to feed them. And it's not a thing of yeah, I can afford this, but it's a nice feeling to be able to buy them what you desire at the time you desire, to do that. So what I would tell a young self, although my younger me wanted to have kids at this age, because I'd planned this in my head. I'm going to have my kids from 20 until the age of 25, raise them for the 5 years, and by the time I reach 30, my kids are all grown, and then from 30, I start working my ass off until 40, and then my kids are all grown, I have teenagers by then, and then when I have teenagers, I mean, you don't feel that stressed out when you leave your teenagers with their grandmother. And I'm married by then, in my story that I've made up, and I'm cruising, I'm touring the world with the love of my life, and I'm enjoying the money that we are making, and the kids are all grown up, and sometimes things don't work out the same way that we had planned or manifested, but they do work out at the end of the day. And it's hard sometimes to believe when you go through struggles and trials and tribulations, and you start questioning, how God, you said all the plans you have for me are plans to make me prosper. What is this? I had a lot of question marks, and I still do have, but it's weird. I still trust that things are gonna go well. So without wasting any more time and blabbing too much, I still love you guys. I still pray for each and every subscriber, for all 7,000 subscribers that I have, and I'm grateful that you stuck with me and that you DM me and check on, like, you guys even notice when I'm not active on Instagram, and whenever I post a picture, you're like, hey, the streets of YouTube miss you. You like remind me, and you write me these beautiful messages, guys. Some of them are too personal for me to share, so and I don't want to break your trust. It's just a beautiful thing to have people that love you, they just love you. It's just nice to have. That's why I think it's hard for me to let go of YouTube, because the unconditional love is just beyond me. It's just beyond me, and I just love being here. Really, I love talking. I'm Shanice. I always yapa. So we are doing what we love and receiving love from it. So guys, let's close off this video. I'd like to thank everyone once again. I will see you on the next one, and we're gonna hold each other accountable. If you are going through it, drop a red heart and we'll pray together. If you want to share your story, feel free. If you don't, if it's too personal, you can send it to me via DM. We'll pray together. Even though prayer will not mix, even if we don't say anything, God knows our heart will just cry together. Let's just make this a beautiful family, like we had planned in the beginning of our channel. I am still here for you guys, and I know that you'll always be here for me. So